Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everybody.
How are you? I was telling Angie I'm having a hard time talking because I've been choking on my my Subway sandwich.
So it
It's
happens when you inhale it, Mindy.
I know, right? It's in there. It's in my throat and it's causing me a problem. I keep coughing and I'm like drinking. I'm like, ah, go away. I mean, it was a good sandwich, but it's like, every once in a while you get some weird little, you know, swallow something wrong. Anyhow.
So I have some bad news.
I already know what your bad news is. You don't even have to tell me. I can tell.
You can tell what my bad news is.
Yeah.
I'm not done.
Right?
Yep, that's my bad news.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
Here we go. Here's the story. Let me tell you.
So let me tell you. Um, I decided, well, I didn't decide. I let my 5-year-old granddaughter, my granddaughters are going to their dad's for the summer. They
Oh,
their dad lives in Kentucky.
okay.
And so that's their custody arrangement is they're here with my daughter all, school year, and then
Mhm.
for summer break they go and stay with their dad.
Okay.
So they're getting ready to go to their dad's as soon as school gets out, which is I think next Wednesday, I believe, is their last day. Anywho, so they came over to kind of have one last, say goodbye or whatever. And I was working on this. And I was putting these squares together. And my 5-year-old granddaughter says, Granny, because they call me Granny, Granny, why is that one different than that one? And I said, well, because that's what we decided. And I had the pattern up on, she was sitting on my lap while I was working on it. I had the pattern up. She goes, well, that's not what that one looks like. I said, I know, we decided to do something a little bit different. She goes, that looks really stupid. I said, it does. She goes, yeah, I don't, because first she asked if she could have the bag when it was done.
Oh, well, yeah.
So she claimed it. She claimed it and then told me it was stupid.
And then she doesn't like it the way you're doing it.
Right, right, right. So I told her that I would make it all in puffs.
Really?
Yes. So I'm
You
making,
you
so
caved. You
I
caved.
caved, and so I'm making it all in puffs. So I'm redoing and taking apart these squares, and I'm doing all puff squares, which is fine. I mean, I had 9 puff squares done anyways. I just got to do 9 more. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. The power of a 5-year-old little girl. Huh.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She's 5. She's very opinionated. She will tell you her
Oh,
opinion.
apparently.
She will tell you, like, if I've gained a little bit of weight. You know what I mean?
She
Um.
let you know?
Oh yeah, she told me. Yeah, she was like, Granny, why are you so fat?
Yeah.
I said,
See,
well, I've been eating a little bit too much lately.
I have no patience for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, she flat out told me, why are you so fat, Granny?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I would have looked at her and been, why are you being rude? See,
I
I'm not nice like that. I'm
couldn't
just
help but laugh. But you'd have to understand Lila. She's so freaking cute about it.
mm,
She's
hmm
so cute about it.
mm. Still, I would have been like, I don't know why you're being rude right now.
I no, I couldn't. She's too cute. She's just too cute for words.
I, maybe it's 24 years of teaching. I don't know.
Maybe it is. That's possible. That's
You,
possible.
you just learn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because second graders are how old? 7,
8.
8. Okay. Well, they should be past being rude by then.
No, really,
Yeah, they're not.
really,
They're
no.
not.
God, no,
Oh,
not at all. No. Mm-mm.
okay. They're,
No, they're just getting ramped up at that point.
that's depressing, Sue said.
Right? I'm going to say hello to people. See who's here. Karen
yeah,
and
yeah.
Sherry and Kathy. And Tammy's here. Hi, Tammy. Sherry and Kathy. Chantel, hello. Sue. Okay, that's who we got. That's who's talking to us anyhow.
That's who's talking, anyways.
There's more people here than that. They're just not talking.
They're just in the shadows.
Yes.
Speaking of in the shadows, have you ever seen that? Oh, you don't watch TV. Has anyone ever seen that show?
In the
What we-
shadows?
It's called What We Do in the Shadows.
Never even heard of it.
Oh my God, it's so weird. It's so funny.
It's so weird.
It's so funny, but it's weirdly funny. It's about a group of vampires who live together. But okay, you're gonna think that's corny, but it's like a satire. You know what I mean? About a group of vampires who live together.
I can't even picture vampires that live together. I mean,
It's hilarious. They're like making fun of vampire shows. It's super funny.
Not much, Sue. This is what we're doing.
Angie's fallen way behind. Oh, of course. And then, so I've got, not only do I have to redo nine squares, but also then, of course, Marie said, I want one.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
But I talked her into taking this one. So this is what I had the project in. I've been using this as a little project bag for this.
Okay. So when you're done, you got 2 bags there.
Yeah, when I'm done, I've got 2 bags. Yep. I talked her into taking this one.
Well, Mindy did her bag as discussed.
Yeah, because Mindy's not a loser like Angie.
With the stupid looking squares.
Those look stupid. I thought of you immediately. I'm like, oh, well, I got to tell Mindy that hers looks stupid too.
Yeah, well, there they are. Stupid is as stupid does. I don't know. But there they are. Mine are all put together. Okay. And I talked to Angie yesterday and I was like, well, mine's all put together. I said, I kind of got it all put together and we're going to work on handles today, but it needed to be put together before we can work on handles. So there she be. And you have to do like all of these rounds of like single crochets across the top here before you can do the handles. So I did 1 round of the single crochets and I was like, okay, I think I'll stop there. But how many are we supposed to do? I'll tell you in just a second.
I thought you said 4.
I don't know. Did I say 4? I might have said 4. I don't know.
That's what you told me, but I don't
Let's see. What do we have to do? We have to. Where is it? Tell me what we have to do. Okay, come on. Join with a single crochet. Got that. Join the edges. Do not turn the bag onto the right side out, and make 5 rounds. 5 rounds of single crochet.
Of course, Jennifer has heard of that show. I can count on her always.
Right? Yeah, I don't watch much. You know.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh! But okay, I know you don't watch much, but we've talked about sister wives before. You know, it's one of my favorite topics.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've got a new one.
Uh-oh.
I just started watching this. It just came. I think it just came out. Somebody said they can't hear me. Let me see if I can adjust this.
I had to turn my volume up.
Oh, you turned yours up? Here, let me see if I can adjust mine. Settings. Audio.
A bat. Nice.
Okay. Is that any better?
Yes. Yes.
Is it better? Okay.
Now I'm going to turn mine down.
Now I'm screaming at you.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, Jennifer says she has her squares together, but hasn't put the panels together yet. Jennifer kicks butt. She is so fast.
I know. She gets a lot done, doesn't she?
She gets so much done.
Yep. I noticed. And I'm glad she does a project with us. I love that.
I know, I do too. I know. We
Love
gotta.
it.
Oh, I said that is. We used to get people to do projects with us.
I know. We had a few people.
Yeah.
We had a few people that would do them.
Oh, let me ask you a question.
Hi, Mary Lou.
Hi, Mary Lou. I came across a pattern that I wasn't sure if you had done yet, and it was something that I think that you would enjoy doing for a crochet-along.
Well, what would that be?
Well, let me throw it at you. It is, you were asking me before about flowers, patterns for flowers, like a rose.
Yeah.
This is a pattern, it's flowers, but the stem of the flower becomes, there's like a stem, and then at the bottom there's leaves. And so the stem of the flower becomes like a bookmark. It's like a flower bookmark. And I thought maybe because, you have your book group, like maybe you would enjoy doing a flower bookmark.
I have several bookmarks saved in my Pinterest. I have a Pinterest board of bookmarks and keychains.
Oh, okay.
Now I've seen, like, let me see if this is what you're talking about. Let me see if this is what you were talking about.
It probably is if you've seen it too.
Let me go to my Pinterest because it's very Pinteresting.
Oh, what was I gonna say? No, not Sister Wives. Somebody said Sister Wives, not Sister Wives. This is called, gosh, I can't even remember what it's called. But let me tell you the gist of the show.
This bookmark? Let me show you this one. Look at this one.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's adorable.
Right? Little chickens.
That's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Here's a strawberry and daisy one. It's not the daisy. It would be the strawberry flower. You know what I mean?
Right.
The strawberry flower and then the strawberry on the other end of the bookmark.
Oh, cute. I like that one. Oh, is that like a mushroom and acorn? Or
yep.
Acorn?
Yep, there's a mushroom and acorn one. Mm-hmm.
So you haven't done any yet?
I have not.
Well, that should be your next project.
I have not.
That would be a fun little cute project for summer.
It would.
You know what else I saw that would be a cute project for summer? And I thought this was, being the grandparent to young children, I thought this was a very cute idea. They made, how freezer pops are always a pain in
the holders. The holders.
Yes, little cozies for freezer pops.
I've seen those.
Excellent idea.
I have seen those. Now, you think I can find any of the bookmark flower ones I thought I had pinned? No, I can't find any.
Of course not.
I know, right?
That's the way it always goes when you're looking for something, you can't find it.
Oh no, maybe I only thought I pinned a bunch and I didn't. Actually. There's always that possibility.
I have never used Pinterest.
Really? Oh,
really?
I love Pinterest.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think because every time I go on there to look for something, it wants me to sign in.
Oh, I never have to sign into mine.
Really?
Yeah,
it always wants me to sign in, and I'm like, I don't have a sign in. I don't feel like doing a sign in, so
it's always
on you.
Always on when I go on my phone. It's just always there.
Oh well, you must have signed in at one point though.
Probably, and I just saved it.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I've never done.
It is an awesome place to find patterns.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. Awesome place to find patterns.
Maybe I'll have to check it out.
Hello,
that's all.
Shannon, and hello, Tracy.
That's the last thing I need though is new patterns.
And Brenda. Look at all you people coming in to hang out for a while.
Ooh, Shannon's officially retired.
I know. You
How
know who else?
exciting is that?
Karen Scott. It's her last day today.
No, is it really?
Mm-hmm. Her
Wow.
last day today.
Wow.
I know.
I yesterday got to go to Nathan's school where he got lifetime or career achievement of summa cum laude.
What is that?
Above 375 cumulative lifetime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So I'm pretty proud of him.
Yeah. How'd last weekend go with your house guest?
Oh my gosh. It was fine. I just I couldn't be comfortable all weekend because I was wanting to keep my eye on those two. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I do.
So yes, I spent the weekend kind of on my toes, so to speak.
I don't even want to tell you when I first started dating Dale when I was 16.
What you guys snuck around and did in your parents' house?
With them right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
none of that went on.
And my little brother, and you know.
What? You did stuff with your little brother?
Not with him around.
Oh.
No. You weirdo.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist on that one.
We're not like that.
You don't live in Kentucky.
No, we're Northerners. We don't live in the South. We're like.
Oh, poor Southerners. I bet you they get so tired of that joke.
I know, right?
I mean, because it's so, like, not true. You know what I mean? Like, it's like saying all Northerners sound like the people in Fargo.
I don't know. I'll never forget when I first started my channel a long time ago. I had this person just kept telling me that I sounded like I was Canadian. And I'm like, what? I do not think I sound Canadian.
Well, you know, I had a friend who was an actor, okay? And he was he lived in New Orleans, but he was originally born and raised in Florida, which I think Floridians have a pretty neutral accent, at least the part of Florida he was from. And being an actor, I mean, he had like studied in dialects and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so occasionally he would, if I asked him, he would do my accent. Mm-hmm. And when he did it, it did sound pretty youperish.
I don't think I sound Canadian, but
you don't sound Canadian, but I think we do sound more Northern than we realize.
Well, we are Northern. I mean, you know, we're about as Northern as, you know, you can get. I mean, not really. We are Northern, but
Brenda, you're so funny. How did you know that I couldn't? Yeah, no, I'm a shy goer.
Brenda. What? You couldn't poop?
Wait. No, not with company over.
You what?
No, heavens no.
How do you hold that in?
Because I can't do it in front of other people.
Well, you're not going to do it in front of her.
I can't even do it when Jeff's in the house.
You can what?
I make him leave.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
And you've been married for how long?
This year will be 20 years.
I'll poop with Dale in the bathroom with me.
Ew, girls don't poop, Mindy. Yeah. They don't poop and they don't fart.
Oh, yes, we do.
Nope.
Yes, we do. Uh-oh. I just cruised right through my next round and didn't realize I suppose it would be okay if I just...
Jennifer said her Texan accent is thick. I love Texan accents.
Oh, I don't know if I know a Texan accent.
Oh, sure you do.
I don't think so, but...
Mary Lou says, oh, yes, we do.
What, poop?
Yeah.
Yes. You got to poop, you go poop. I mean...
No, not my belly gets shy.
Okay. I have no problem going poop.
I also have a really hard time on vacation. Like if I have a hard time going when I'm not at home.
Huh.
I need my own turlet.
No, I'm good with all that. I
No.
mean, I'm good with that. I can. Do you pee with somebody else in the bathroom?
Well, yeah, in the bathroom, no. I mean, well, I suppose I have. I mean, I just we each have our own bathroom, so it just doesn't come up that often as an issue. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like his bathroom is the master bathroom, and my bathroom is the little bathroom. So,
Okay.
and Nate has his own bathroom, so
Are you talking about yours is the one like off the kitchen there, off the
yeah, by the back door, yeah.
That's just a half bath. So
Yeah,
that's
that's just a half.
just for peeing and pooping in there.
Yes. I shower in the master bath.
Do you shower with anybody else in there?
I don't like to because Jeff likes to ogle me.
Well, okay.
But here's a weird one. I have a phobia of showering with the bathroom door closed. I have to shower with the bathroom door open.
I think I remember that.
Oh yeah, when we were traveling
I think
together.
we've shared a room together, and I think I recall.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a hard time with showering with the bathroom door open.
With it closed.
Or with closed. Yeah, closed. Which is odd, I know. But I've got, tons of little idiosyncrasies, which makes me difficult to live with as a human.
Are you human? I mean,
sometimes I wonder.
Hey, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Did I say hi to Michelle? I don't remember.
I didn't.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. I didn't see her post there. I'm sorry.
Okay, so if we were to do a flower bookmarky thing, I mean, it would be just a one-time little dealio.
Sure. Yeah.
A little one-time dealio. What kind of flower? I mean, what kind of flower? We got choices.
Oh, there's plenty of choices. They had, I would have to go back and try to find, they had daisies, roses, like tulip-looking things.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they have? They had a whole bouquet.
And then oftentimes they put like leaves at the bottom.
That's what this had. There were leaves at the bottom.
It's just a chain that goes through the book, and then
and then leaves at the bottom.
Or two leaves or.
Yep.
We did attempt a rose one time. It didn't turn out the way we wanted.
Oh no.
Yeah. We tried that here on the Crochet-A-Long.
On the Crochet-A-Long.
Yeah. The rose was a little lackluster. The bathroom was outside. There you go. See? You shared your outdoor toilet with a lot of people.
You're just worried about the animals joining. I had that experience once, Mary Lou. I was we used to, when we went on road trips for spring break when the kids were young, very often I would drive straight through, but I would like stop and just nap in the car for a couple hours, along the way. So one year we were driving through the Great Smoky Mountain National Park to get from Gatlinburg to, the south.
Hello, Jackie.
I'm a moron and I liked going the mountainous way. And we parked to sleep in this little off the road, scenic pullout area. And I got out to go to the bathroom and my eyes were all bleary and I was half tired. And I went to go squat in the woods area and there was a freaking bear.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm serious. It was right at like dawn. And it was like, yeah, scared the crap out of me. I mean, it was quite a ways off, but still, when you got your pants down,
Right.
not really what you want to see.
No. So you just saw it in the distance.
Yeah.
He wasn't like come snooping near you or nothing.
Well, he was looking at me, which instantly froze my stream.
Froze my stream.
Yes, the stream was instantly frozen.
Well, you know what I almost did last week?
What?
Almost peed on Smokey.
No. How would that happen?
I was outside.
Oh.
And I was out back by my flower garden and whatnot and had to go. So I found a nearby bush and was, doing my thing. And next thing I know, here comes this cat almost running right between my legs. He almost got peed on.
Speaking of flowers and flower gardens, you would be so proud of me.
What'd you do?
Well, last year, my perennial garden, I completely abandoned it. I did nothing. I didn't plant any
poison ivy.
Because of the poison ivy, yes. So this year, Jeff eliminated the poison ivy, which at the same time, he ended up eliminating several of my perennials. So I need to kind of start over in that department. But we did go out this Monday, and I bought a few new perennials, and we planted them in there. And then I got some mulch, and so we put mulch down to kind of deter the poison ivy from coming back,
right?
At least for a little while. And then I got a flat of annuals to plant in pots to put in there. So my perennial garden is back to looking up to snuff.
There you go.
Yeah. Last year I did nothing. It looked like a hot weed bed.
Oh, a skunk in the woods would be fun.
Oh. Be fun. We had this dog, and it's funny because she was a black and white dog. She had such an affinity for skunks. And she lived to be about 15. And in her 15 years, she was sprayed by a skunk 3 times.
Really?
Yes. And she was very, 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 very furry. Like, so furry. That it was so impossible to get that stench off of her. Ugh.
We don't really have a huge skunk. I mean, I know there's skunks around here because we see them dead on the road and smell them and stuff, but we don't really get them in our yard or anything.
Well, that's what's interesting is we never saw skunks around. And so I don't know where the hell she found them.
I don't know. Hello, Mary. Mary's Cozy Creation. She says she's
Mary
here.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. This is our little Friday afternoon hangout, make some stuff, and chit chat.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, we go through the directions and such, but we're beyond that point with this project.
Yes, we are. We are just in the finishing process. I am going to talk about how to do this strap in a minute, but
oh, yes.
I am finishing up my 5 rounds of single crochet around the top. So it gets this nice big single crochet band.
And I'm redoing my squares because mine looked stupid.
According to a 5-year-old.
But it was after she claimed the bag. I couldn't really tell her no. I mean,
Oh, but you could have.
Not if you would have seen how cute she is.
Cute doesn't work on me, Angie. I'm just going to say.
Not if you would have seen the level of cuteness involved.
I have dealt with a lot of cute little snot-nosed brats. Very cute.
Oh, man, I just snagged this yarn and what the heck happened here?
So it just doesn't work on me anymore.
In fact, I just got a picture of her from my daughter from field day. Let me show you how cute she is.
That's like the grandkids come over here and they can woo and condale out of.
This is her. She was blowing away in the wind at field day. Isn't she adorable?
I didn't say she wasn't cute. Yes, she's cute, but she still wouldn't make me change my mind. I'd be like, listen, girlfriend, I'm making the bag like this. It's halfway done. And if you want this bag, you'll take it the way that I've constructed it. I'm so sorry. If you don't want it, you don't
I
need.
have totally snarled.
Yeah, but Dale's a pushover. Don't tell him I said that, but he's a pushover. He
I
can,
can see that. I can see that.
and I'm not. I'm the mean one. I'm just.
You know what's funny is, as grisly as Jeff comes off, he's also the pushover, a big pushover for those girls.
I wouldn't say that I'm mean. I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, you've got that teacher mentality.
I don't buy into the BS.
Well, because you've heard all the stories.
I've heard all the lines.
Yeah.
I've seen all the charms. I've lived through all of it.
Right. So
I'm hardened. I'm hardened to all of their antics.
Yes, exactly.
They don't like it a whole lot. They like Dale better because he gives in.
Boy, I really screwed this yarn up. I don't know how I did that. It's not usually very splitty yarn, but I split it and then dragged it, and then I don't know what I did.
Made a mess, huh?
Made a real mess.
So the other day, Jackson was here for just a little while. And out of the blue, he asked me, can I play with the Legos? Because they have Legos. I'm like, sure. I went downstairs and I grabbed the basket of Legos and I brought them upstairs. He was playing with the Legos. Well, it was time for me to take him and deliver him and clean up the Legos, and I didn't think much about it, And I'm dropping him off, and I'm sitting beside him, and I look over, and he has his hand in his pocket.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I got just enough of a glimpse of a toy. There's one little action figure that lives in the Lego box. I don't know why it's in the Lego box. It just is.
That's just where he lives.
I saw this little glimpse of the little guy's little hammer he has or whatnot. And I was like, hey, what's the toy doing in your pocket? He goes, well, I don't have nothing. I'm like,
uh-oh.
Oh. I said, yeah, you do. I saw it. I said, that's the toy from the Legos. I said, let me have the little toy. And he goes, and I'm like, hand me the toy. And then he was like, because he knew he's busted, right?
Yeah, well, he's old enough to know better than to do that.
Well, sure, and I felt no need to tell his parents.
Well, no, you handled it.
I handled it. I mean, they don't need to, I said, that's not cool to do. You don't come to my house, play with the toys. I said, I don't have many toys at my house. And if you take the toys, I won't have toys here for you to play with when you come over. And they're not yours.
Right. You don't take something that's not yours.
Yeah.
Or you at least ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had to have a little discussion there, him and I.
Well, my grandchildren, and this was a couple of years ago, you know how I love Legos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have all those Lego City buildings. And I used to have them displayed in my craft room on shelves. Well, every time my granddaughters would come over, the oldest one was old enough that she understood when I said, you don't touch them. Those are grannies. Those are not to be played with. But the youngest one, I would say, Lila, those are not toys. They're not for you to play with. And she would look at me kind of like, what are you talking about? Those are toys. Those are exactly what toys are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, they're not toys for you. Those are Granny's toys. Don't touch my toys.
Yeah.
And she told me once, Granny, at school, they tell us we have to share toys.
See, she's a con artist. She's a con.
Oh, she is. She is.
See, that would just make me even more adamant to not give in to her.
But she's so darn cute.
Your ways are not going to work. They're just not.
Her charms work on me.
Apparently. Yeah.
She's just got such a cute little personality. Oh, anyways, can I tell you about my show now? About Sister Wives?
Oh, yeah, we're back to that. I forgot about
Yeah.
the sister wife thing.
Yes.
Last I knew we went on to vampires or something.
Yeah, I know. I did that.
I did that. It's all my fault.
It's all my fault. So, I've long been fascinated by the concept of sister wives. And like how the dynamic works and stuff. So there's a new show out, and it's even takes it to a further extreme.
Oh no, how can it go further?
It goes further. So there are these two couples, right, that are two married couples.
Oh, now we're swinging? Are we swinging?
We're not exactly swinging, because there's a husband and wife and a husband and wife. And this husband is also in love with the other wife, and the other husband is in love with his wife, and vice versa.
The wives are in love with the other husbands too?
Yes.
So everybody's in love with the other spouse.
Except of the opposite gender. Yes.
Except the women aren't in love with each other.
Exactly. And the men aren't in love with each other. And so they all live together.
Oh, Lord.
Between them, they're pregnant now with their 5th child.
Oh, goodness. So who's having whose babies? Are they?
Well, they don't find out.
What?
They don't know. They don't want to know.
That doesn't seem like that's a good idea.
For many reasons.
Yeah. Health reasons or
insurance reasons, like legal reasons.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Mary Lou, you saw the ad for that?
How does that even possibly work in practice?
It just came on. I just started watching it. I haven't watched about 5 minutes of it. I saw the previews for it and I was like, oh heck yes, I have to watch that.
Seems like that's a recipe for disaster right there.
It really does. It really does.
And then what about those children when they grow up and they ask?
Well, some of the children were a bit older, and they were like, who's this? This is mom. This is mommy. This is dad. This is daddy. Yeah. They see them both as their parents. All of them as their parents.
But how old are these children?
I think the oldest one was like 11.
Because as they become more of an adult, I would be like, which one of you is my father? Which one's my sperm donor? I want to know who contributed the sperm here.
And you know what? In all reality, that probably will happen later. And you know what I mean? As they mature. And I think these people haven't thought it out that far.
Right. Like I said, recipe for disaster.
Yes, absolutely. So what I wanted to ask is, do you and Dale want to move in? No,
oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I just thought I'd propose to you guys while we're on.
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah. I'll talk about Dale in just a second, but let's tell you how we do this bag now. I got my 5 rounds of single crochets around the top. Great. Your bag is almost ready. Now it's time to make the handles. You can easily adjust the length of your handles and make them longer or shorter. Of course you can. Lay your bag flat. Count 17 stitches from the edge on both sides and mark every 17th stitch with a stitch marker. Both spaces between the stitch markers should be in the middle of each side of the bag. Well, of course, right?
Well, duh. That seems kind of
17 stitches over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That seems like a weird place for a handle. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of like right in the center of that join. But then that seems like this one over here is going to be really close, doesn't it?
Well, isn't it 17 in from both directions, from both ends? So won't it be in this?
Perfect.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They're going to be close together. Yeah, I don't know that I would do it right there.
Yeah, so like
go over.
So
I
like
might go over a few more
here's
stitches.
where my handles would be.
Yeah, that seems too close.
Doesn't it?
It does. I would move them over each a few more
Yeah.
stitches.
See, theirs are not their markers are not at the join lines here. They're over here. I'm moving them over. That's too close. All right, so I'm going to go back at least 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. I'm going to go back 5. Let's go back 5 and see what we think.
Mary Lou, I agree. You know what I sometimes wonder too? I wonder how authentic it is.
Right.
Like, is that for real? You know what I mean?
Right.
Or are they just doing this to make a buck?
I would think most of them are doing it to make a buck, but
I think so too.
You know.
But you never know. I mean, I think this is the first year. I was just looking out the window and seeing that it's going to rain again. I think this is the first year.
I heard it was going to rain. I don't have
Yeah.
that, but
This is the first year ever that we've had a pool, which is many, many years, that we have not had our pool open by Labor Day or Memorial Day.
You don't have it open yet?
No, I mean, that weather hasn't been.
It hasn't been warm.
I can't even imagine swimming. The nights get so cold that the water temperature just would not be pleasant.
Yeah, it has not been warm. This is
No.
for sure.
Oh. Jeff did get the garden in though. Did you get it? Did you guys get your garden in?
Nope. Nope, not yet. Yeah. I'm doing this a different way. I'm not counting 17. I'm counting from the middle, but not the middle. I'm counting from the join line. From the join line here, back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like
well,
that.
we have just completely taken this pattern apart and put it together the way we wanted it.
Yes.
We?
Well, yes, of course. That's how you do things sometimes. You know?
You have to.
You gotta make it work for,
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this is 12 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And then I have a big, big baby blanket project that I need to get done in like 2 months. And I am under the gun because it's a hooked on sunshine pattern. It's a combination of, it's a mishmash of 3 hooked on sunshine patterns.
Moshing them together?
Yeah, it's called, well, she moshed them together. It's called mixology, and you take the first part.
I'm going with that.
You what?
I'm going with that. I like where my handles are here.
There you go. All right, now go ahead and carry on with your instructions. I'll shut up.
Noah's Ark went through what? Noah's Ark.
Oh, she had a lot of rain, I think is what she's saying.
Oh, I'm like, what? Noah's Ark. Okay, so now that we have our bag handles marked out where we want them, both spaces between the stitch markers should be in the middle of each side of the bag. Really? Really? They should be in the set. Okay. Really? Okay. They told me that. Now, okay, so we're gonna crochet over to our first marker because we're not at our first marker here. We're like on the edge. First marker, and then chain 80.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're not just making handles and sewing them on.
No. So we're chaining 80, and then we're joining to the other stitch marker on the other side.
I don't know if I care for that method, because when you do that, I've done bags like that before.
Wait.
It seems like because you only have one strand of thread or of yarn, essentially, it seems like that gets pulled on so tightly. So I prefer this method where you make the handles and then sew them on.
Oh. Well, this is going to be pretty sturdy because it's going to be crocheted around. So, okay, I'll just show you what we're doing here in a second. Okay, I got to get over here to my first stitch marker here. Let's do that first. Single crochet to the first stitch marker.
So do you have big plans for this weekend?
No.
No craft shows or anything?
No, not this weekend. Next weekend there's one.
Okay.
This weekend, nothing. Okay, I need to count to 80 here real quick. So
okay, you count to 80 and I'll regale them with stories of valor. I have no stories of valor. I'm very valorless.
No? What do you got?
I got nothing. I got nothing. We're not doing anything this weekend either. Except probably getting the pool open. And then we need to get, we got the baby chicks and they're getting big enough, almost big enough that we can put them in, let them go outside, when it's nice out. To where they can't get through the holes in the fencing because they're so teeny. But we have a big aviary netting. We need to set some poles in the middle of the run area and hang that aviary netting over the top, because we have had lots of visits recently from our local bald eagle couple.
Oh.
Yes. They have decided, mom or dad or whoever is not sitting on the eggs, I assume dad, has been just hanging out in one of our trees during the day.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is really cool to see, but he will definitely eat himself some chicks.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I've made my 80 chains. And
that
now I continue on the bag over here to my next stitch marker. Okay, and I join there at that next stitch marker. So here's my first handle. Here's my handle. So the handles go like this way, right? Mm-hmm. Now I'm coming around the edge here, crochet around to my next stitch marker. All right. Single crochet over to the next stitch marker.
While you're doing that, do you think you could regale us with Dale's stories of valor? How's he doing?
He's fine.
Can we get a stone update?
No.
Oh, okay. Nothing to update?
There isn't one. No update, really.
Is he still in pain?
Not as badly.
That poor guy. That's taking forever.
I know it. So when was his appointment? Thursday? Went to the doctor, the urologist.
Yes.
Hang on just a second. And basically, it was the craziest thing. First of all, it was in the same building, like right next to my doctor, or my dentist.
Oh, neat.
Like you walk in the door and the dentist is the left and this place is to the right. I mean, we always knew there was another medical place there, but I never knew what it was until Dale's there to see this urologist, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. So it took forever. First of all, it took forever. Like an hour, I think, before we even got back into the room.
Are you see? I hate it when that happens.
I know. And then, of course, he had to give a urine sample. Apparently, go to the urologist and everybody pees.
Well, yes, you always have to pee at the urologist.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I mean, so I had to go to the bathroom too. So I got to go into the bathroom where everybody does their sample. And I had to laugh because, you know, here's their cups, write your name and your
Yep,
birthday on your cup and put it in the
Yep,
little door.
Put it in the door. Yep.
However, if you have semen, please bring that to the counter. Don't leave semen in here. And I'm like,
Is there a naval base nearby? Why would semen be in there?
I just had to laugh. And I was like, so really? People are asked to leave a sample there in this little bed? That seems, no.
That's not very romantic to have to do it in the bathroom.
I asked Dale. Dale went in the bathroom first. I said, did they have any aids to help with that? And he's like, I didn't see anything. And I'm like, oh, Lord. So if somebody's in the bathroom a long time,
you know what they're doing.
Oh, my God. I'm like, it seems like that's just weird. Why would you do that? That seems odd.
It does seem, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a guy, but I can't imagine that would be an environment that would make me want to produce that sort of sample.
No. So we're sitting there in the room now. It's freezing cold. I went with him, of course. Freezing cold. And we're waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I hear somebody outside the door go, did we do a urine sample on number 2? And that's the room we're in, number 2.
Right.
And then you can hear some girl out there. Oh, he got an x-ray first.
He got what?
An x-ray.
Oh, okay.
Before we went into the room. And finally, the PA comes in, not the doctor, but the PA comes in. And basically, he asked him questions, et cetera, talked about it, said he'd looked at his CT scan. The stone was moving out of the bladder into the ureter.
Yep.
And it's basically stuck in the sphincter of the ureter.
Oh my God, that's gotta hurt.
So he's got apparently, and when it leaves your bladder into the ureter, there's like a thing, you know what a sphincter is.
Yeah, I know what a sphincter is. Yes.
What's a sphincter? I said, it's like in your butthole.
It pinches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you stop your stream at? Is it there at that? Is that where if you had to stop it, that would be where you pinch there to make it stop?
Of your ureter? I don't think so. I think you also have a urethral sphincter too, and I think that is where you stop.
Well, I don't know, but anyhow,
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyhow, it's kind of stuck there. That's where it's kind of at. So he asked him about drugs that he'd gotten at the hospital: pain meds, nausea meds, Flomax.
Yep.
Okay. And he took Flomax for about 10 days.
Yep. I love Flomax. Flomax is awesome.
See, but what does it do? It's not, I don't think it's doing anything productive for Dale. What it's supposed to do is open up vessels and.
Yes, it increases your urinary output. It like engorges the vessels.
And makes it more open so things can pass out easier.
Yes, exactly.
Apparently that's not helping him. So here we are. It's still there. So he ordered him more Flomax. Told him keep taking the Flomax. He's got to go to Meijer and get more today. They called in another script. So he's got to go get more. And ordered an ultrasound for in like 2 or 3 weeks. Because
2 or 3 weeks? They're going to let this go on that much longer?
Yeah. The x-ray didn't really show up anything. I'm thinking, well, they didn't find it on an x-ray to begin with. They found it on a CT scan, which will show you everything, So now in a couple, 3 weeks, he's got to go have a ultrasound.
Poor guy.
And see if it's still there, if they find it, if they see it or whatnot.
I feel so bad for him.
Meanwhile, drink a lot of water. And the guy said, Dale said, yeah, drink water. I've been drinking tea, though. I like tea. Tea usually makes you go a lot. And he goes, oh, well, that could be a problem. Tea's got too much blah, blah, blah in it. Dale's like,
Oh.
really? Really? My tea? And he's like, yeah. He said, I'd suggest a beer. And Dale's
Yeah.
like, what?
A beer does make you have to be. When I have,
Have a
and
beer.
this is going to sound completely counterintuitive, but I get a lot of I have a bladder disease, and I get a lot of urinary tract infections, and a lot of times when I have these urinary tract infections, I cannot go. Like I cannot go, but I'm full. My bladder's full, painfully full. So when sometimes if I get to that point, I will drink a beer, because it like increases your stream. It I don't know what it is about beer, but it increases the forcefulness of your stream.
I'm on 55, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know you were counting again. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were counting again. So even though technically, like, alcohol is bad for your, like, because my problem is my bladder lining is messed up. So beer is bad. Any alcohol is bad for your bladder lining. But as far as like, it does give you a certain, push.
Apparently, if you need to get stuff out,
yes, exactly.
So he stopped at the gas station and grabbed himself a beer. His friend was here to have Dale put a tire on his truck. And so I guess they sat out there and put the tire on, and they all had a beer. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. Dale's not much of a drinker, though, is he?
No. Mm-mm. Mary Lou, her doctor said drink a beer a day. Well, I'm not telling Dale. That is not what the doc said. Well, he wasn't a doctor. He just said have a beer. So Dale had a beer.
A beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's all they did. And it took us 2.5 hours.
Don't you love that? The medical.
No.
No, I don't love it.
No. My joke has been, Dale, date night are 3.5 hour date nights that involve the emergency room. I'm not enjoying.
Oh, right. You need to
we had
it up
2
a
of
little
those.
bit.
The thumb, that was a good 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
The kidney thing, that was another good 3 hours. And now here we are at the doctor's office for 2.5 to 3 hours.
Tell him if he wants to spend quality time with you, he doesn't have to injure and/or sicken himself. He can just ask.
Correct. I mean, I've been trying to tell him that, but he's not listening to that.
That's funny. Funny. So Jeff is pretty ingenious when it comes to things, because we were thinking we were going to have to buy some like really long poles to put up or to stuck in the ground to keep this aviator blah, you know what I'm saying?
The netting.
Aviary netting, because Jeff wants it to be tall enough that he can still walk in there.
Right. Okay, let me show you what I got going on here real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So here's my straps. These are just the chains. So it goes across the front of the bag. I thought it was going to go front to back, but it goes side to side across the front. So now, once we have the chains, we're going to I think we're going to single crochet. Let's see. Make 5 rounds of single crochet in every stitch and every chain in the first round. So 5 rounds of single crochet up and over and around again. So the part in the middle here between the straps doesn't get any taller, but these edges are going to get taller, and we're going to build up our strap. So now it's just 5 rounds of single crochet all the way around what we just did.
That sounds like a lot of single crocheting.
It is. I know. After I just did 5 rounds of single crochet on the top of the bag. But now we got to single crochet into all those chains. That's fun.
But I think it's important that you do single crochet, because I was thinking maybe you could half double, but I think it's important that you do single crochet, because especially if you're going to use this bag to put anything of any heft into,
single crochet,
because you want that to be stronger. Yeah, it's just stronger.
Absolutely. Yep. So I don't have to count anymore. And then the strap will just get wider each round. And yeah, the single crochets are going to give it more beef.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So what did Jeff end up doing?
Well, so we have an old swing set. You know, the old-fashioned metal swing set.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to take apart that swing set, and we're going to use the poles from that to erect this netting.
Right.
Which that's pretty
because
smart.
You don't have any top to your little pen there.
Correct.
Like we have like one of those old, tarp garage things, you know. We have that great big tubular frame is what ours is.
Tubular frame.
Yeah. So you know those portable garages?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
it's a frame.
Okay.
Right? It's all tubes.
And then what do you have covering that?
Chicken wire. But then around the bottom of it, chicken wire wasn't enough. So we put some hardware cloth around the base of it. Well, not just the base, but the sides. Let me call it the sides.
Gotcha. Well, Jeff had, because what we ended up doing is we had a chain link dog kennel that we were no longer using. And so we just bought extra panels for that and turned that into the run area.
So it's just like chain link fence panels.
Yes. But what was happening was, chickens love to take dirt baths. Mm-hmm. So they were taking their dirt baths right along the edge of the fencing, which created, holes underneath, which let varmints in.
Right.
So Jeff had to go around, and he had some old bags of stonecrete, just like that paver base type stuff. And he put that all around. So that is no longer going to be a route of entry for those varmints.
The first thing Dale did with this garage type thing was he attached it to wood all the way around the bottom.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So he screwed it down to wood all the way around the bottom edge.
Uh-huh. And
then when he attached fencing, of course, he could go underneath the wood. So now if stuff does dig under the wood, it's got to dig quite a ways before it actually gets through to, and it's not just like 2x4s. They're like
posts.
No, they're wide. They're like 2x8s or something.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so they're wider pieces of wood to give it a nice base.
Gotcha.
And we've had things try to dig under it, but they don't reach much success. But they were getting through the chicken wire, though, like small little things, like either a weasel or, something like that.
Yep.
Can get
Isn't
through.
it just amazing? Anything and everything wants to eat your chickens.
Yeah. Or
anything and everything wants to eat them, or eat their food,
or your plants, or your plants,
Oh my God!
Everything. I know.
Jeff's got his garden protected like it's Fort Knox because we've got deer and rabbits and everything trying to eat his poor little plants.
Yep. Most of my tulips, they got eaten as soon as they came up.
Now, are those deer or rabbits getting those?
I don't know. I do not know what's getting in there and getting them. Tempted to get me a trail cam and
that's not a bad idea.
Investigate the situation. Yesterday, Dale spent quite a bit of time. We had 3 or 4 trees out front that we had fenced in when they were young.
Uh-huh.
Just for that reason, so things won't eat them.
Right.
So my dogwood has gotten really big. And we decided that the dogwood was way up above the fence now, and nothing was eating the leaves or the branches. So we figured the dog would be safe. So he took the fence off, but he did put some of that like black drain tube
Oh yes, around the base.
the trunk.
Yep.
Did the same thing with our little apple tree, took that out of its fence, and that one I'm worried about if something will eat it. But did the same thing, took the fence off and put the tubing around the trunk. So he did that to 3 trees yesterday. So now we're watching, monitoring, seeing if anything's out there trying to nibble on it, you know?
Right.
If we need to put the fencing back up again, we can, but I think the dogwood and the redbud will be fine because they could clearly, if it was deer, they could access those branches.
Yes.
If rabbits, we've covered all of the trunks, to protect the trunks, which is what rabbits would eat if they were going to eat anything.
Well, we've made our garden completely too accessible to deer because we have really bad soil here. The property that we live on used to be a clay tile manufacturing company.
Got a lot of clay.
We have a ton of clay. In fact, that's why our pond was dug, was for clay. So we had to considerably improve our soil before we could grow anything here. So we made those raised garden beds. We have 3 raised garden beds, which works. And then we had like a dump truck load full of topsoil or black dirt or whatever, garden soil, whatever it was, delivered to fill it. Yes. And then we supplement every year. We put some manure and, that kind of stuff in there. But by having them be raised, it's really a nice invitation to the deer. It makes it real easy for the deer to just put their long little necks over the fence and eat everything.
Yeah.
So now he had to put a top on it as well.
Oh boy.
I mean, he's got that thing locked down.
It's crazy the things you have to do just to have nice things. That's our joke. We just have nice
things.
Just
can't have nice things. Yeah. I know.
No nice things for us. Right?
We joke about that too. Because it seems like everything we try to do, something comes and tries to ruin it for us.
Yep. So he has another one of these portable garage frames.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Back up. We decided not to use that. He bought a greenhouse.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Bought a greenhouse. Just it's not a very fancy one. It's just, it'll work. We're going to blow out the back wall of the flower garden. And we're going to extend out into the yard back there.
Yeah.
Not yard, but whatever. We're going to extend out with that greenhouse a little bit. So the greenhouse is going to be partially in the flower garden and partially outside of the flower garden. And we've decided that we're going to do some sort of raised bed in there and move my tulips into this greenhouse. Now the tulips don't need to be in a greenhouse for the greenhouse properties. They just need to be someplace protected.
Protected, right. But then you won't be able to enjoy them if they're in the greenhouse.
I will be able to. I mean, I'll still be able to go out there and cut them and whatnot and bring them in the house.
Oh, do you? Do you cut your tulips and bring them in?
I would have if there were any to cut this year.
Speaking of cutting things and bringing them,
so many, I didn't have any to cut.
Speaking of cutting things and bringing them in, I know that yours are always at least a couple weeks ahead of mine. How are your peonies doing?
Oh my gosh. My favorite peony is blooming like crazy.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
I don't know why mine is a good 2 weeks behind yours.
And the others are right on okay, this one, literally, the blooms are this big. They're literally like this big.
Nice.
They're huge. I need to cut some and bring them in. They're blooming before all the others. The others are ready. they're plump and they're
Yes.
I go out there and I'm like, any day now, any day now,
Any day now.
any day now. But the one, my favorite one, it's blooming like crazy. The
I
iris,
love peonies.
the iris are all blooming.
My iris are not blooming yet, which I found odd.
Yep, mine are all blooming.
But you know what? My iris and my peonies are both on the north side of the. Well, the peonies are on the north, right against the north side of the fence. So I think that affects them. And then my irises are like the north side of the house. They're only about maybe 6 feet away from the house. So I think that.
Yeah, my iris right out here in front of the window here. It's our north side. They're not blooming yet.
Okay.
All the other ones are, but. And we bought some iris from an iris breeder.
Okay.
2 years ago. And they're out in the flower garden. And last year they grew and they looked really nice. One bloomed, the others didn't. But I'll tell you what, I walked out there yesterday and it was just an array of color hit me in the face.
Nice.
They're all blooming and they're so pretty. So we've decided we can grow iris. Nothing wants to eat the iris.
Yes. And you know what's interesting is even because my perennial garden is not a raised bed, but I do try to improve that soil every year before I plant anything in there because of the clay. And the clay, amazingly, even though I add soil every year, it works its way to the top somehow.
Right.
I don't know how, but it does. Seems like it's ever present. So I have a hard time growing a lot of different things, just because of my soil composition. So I have found that irises do very well for me too.
Iris they're resilient.
They're hardy. Yeah.
I don't think deer like to eat them. Like the place we bought these iris, they're literally out in this lady's backyard in the middle of a wide open field. And we asked her, we're like, do you not have problems with like things eating them? And she goes, no. Animals don't eat them. They don't like them. They don't want to eat them. So I'm like, well, Dale, we can be iris farmers. That seems to be what we can do.
The other thing that's highly prolific in my garden is yucca.
Oh, I don't like yucca.
I hate yucca.
Let me
tell you what happened. So my friend, I was over at her. This was probably 15. No, it was longer ago than that. It was probably 20 years ago. I was over at her house and she had all this yucca growing and I thought it looked yucky. It was yucky yucca.
Yucky yucca.
But I said, I just, we were looking at her plants and everything. And I said, what is that? And I was saying it kind of in disgust.
Right.
But she thought I was saying it in wonderment.
And she gave you some.
Well, no, she didn't just give me some. The next weekend, she came over and planted it in my yard.
Oh, no.
Yes. So it wasn't like I could even say no. You know what I mean?
I don't have any friends that would come plant things in my yard.
Yes. She dug a bunch up and brought it over and planted it. Yes. So ever since I've had this yucky yucca.
Yucky.
And it is just prolific. It just won't stop. I can't kill it. Like I've tried.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now, but it does get very interesting flowers.
It does, but it has a flower for such a short time. And it's just ugly to that.
It's just ugly. Spiky and pointy and ugly.
Yeah. I see no value in yucca.
Yeah, I agree. That's why it's called yucca.
Hello, Emma. Oh, so Emma's here. It's time to talk about Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Design.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we've all been following along with the 50 anniversary paintings, right?
Yes. What does Dreamer Design have to do with that?
Well, we always talk about, whatever.
Oh, what's coming out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So has anybody found anything they just have to absolutely have? They're in love with? I mean,
I have, but I can't remember now. I'll have to look. Hold on. Let me look.
I can't remember. There was something.
I just...
Hi.
Bye.
Bye. Where are you going?
What do I always do?
I don't know. Where are you going?
Outside.
Oh, you're just going outside. You're not leaving the property.
No, I'm going to take my lawnmower for a ride.
Where are you going on it? Going down the road? You going to the gas station?
I'll put a couple hours on it.
I mean, what are you doing? Oh, you're just going to mow. Okay. I thought maybe you were going to Meyer, but you're not. Okay.
Well, eventually, yes. When
Okay.
you're done doing whatever you're doing, I guess.
Okay.
Later. So we got to go to Meyer, TSC.
That sounds like a good time.
Menards, Walmart. I don't know.
Everybody here is saying yes, drink beer.
Yes, drink beer, Dale.
Absolutely.
Yep, they're agreeing. They're like, somebody's doctor told her to drink a beer a day.
Yep.
For the kidney stone thing.
It definitely increases the flushing, like
it increases your stream and
Attitude.
it does.
your attitude.
Increases your attitude.
Well, it does that too.
It gotta be bad.
Don't let it do that, Dale.
No,
Well, no, my dad, he was what do I want to say? Not a mean drunk. No, he was drinking,
some whiskey.
Whiskey, yeah.
But he would mix the two and whoop,
Whoa,
yeah.
look out.
I kind of like this one.
But yeah,
Oh, that moth.
Yeah.
But yeah, a light, I was thinking a light beer, something that's kind of not too heavy, and so I'm gonna go mow grass. We'll work up a thirst.
Well, you know what is really, really good beer that I just tried recently? Michelob Ultra.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
That's real good.
Yeah, I was a Budweiser guy for many, many years.
Yeah,
Well,
same.
Really drink
I
no.
went to a
not
Bud Light.
Bud
and
Light.
Well, then it was Coors Light. I don't mind that.
Yeah, Coors Light's okay, but that Michelob Ultra I've been loving lately.
Oh yeah. They make an ultra light too.
No, do they really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Kind of hard to find, but,
Well, I guess beer's on the menu for kidney stone. I guess your doctor even said that. He's like,
And
yeah.
then of course there's the
Beer.
chicken.
We get Dale's Pale Ale.
Dale's Pale Ale. There you go.
Yeah, it's out there.
I know it is.
Of course there's the chicken, Mindy.
Oh, I do like the chicken.
Yeah.
The chicken is cute.
The chicken's real cute.
Yeah. I
And
haven't
then
much
there was
today.
one more.
Okay, I'm going.
All right. Happy mowing.
Have fun, Dale.
Oh yeah. I'll start out back first so I don't disturb you.
Oh, okay. He's going to go out back first. What, pray tell, are these women doing? Look at this, Angie. We got music going. Hang on.
Wait, hold on. What are they doing?
They are hand knitting with
Yes, they are. With
with
that roving.
rope. With, oh,
It looks like
Lord.
they're using roving.
Isn't that crazy? Whatever that
Yes.
stuff is. That's
Okay.
nuts.
Look at this lady's face and tell me who that is. Tell me that does not look just like me.
It kind of does.
Isn't that crazy? That poor lady's face.
Okay,
is
I
gone.
love loaf cats, and these are a cool colored loaf cat.
What
but-
is? Wait. A loaf. What is
But
that?
their eyes are creepy.
Yeah, their eyes are real creepy.
They ain't got no eye. What is going on? I just got into Instagram to look at the.
Yeah, where can I see all of them?
I go on
Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, go down.
Okay.
I
hate
haven't kept up
Instagram.
today, and there's nothing here I want. Nothing. The Grand something cemetery. The Grand Cemetery.
It seems to me like there's a skull that I want.
There's dead people here floating around in the cemetery.
No, it wasn't that one. It was different skeletons. Or maybe that was from last week.
There are more witches
Lots of witches, yes.
and mermaids than there needs to be.
Yes. I
More
agree with that.
witches and mermaids than anyone needs. Now I know
Oh,
Brenda.
this one. I gotta have this one.
skeleton.
You know that I love this.
Brenda likes this one. I know Brenda likes this one because of all
Oh,
their
that's
crystal
pretty.
stuff they do.
Yeah.
She likes that one. Yes, there's the chicken. I like the chicken. I think I'm going to get two, I think. The chicken, probably. And there's really nothing else. There's only one other one I really like.
I want the skeleton and the chicken. I'll probably pass on the moth.
There's a girl playing violin on the moon. That's interesting. This girl is very pretty. Now, I would not
The
get
ballerina.
her.
The ballerina's pretty, but
I would not get this one,
mhm.
but I think she's very pretty.
Yes, she is very pretty.
But it's not something I would buy.
Right.
There's another witch.
There's that one landscape with the waterfall and the mountains in the background. That's very pretty too. But I need another landscape like I need a hole in my head.
I don't need another one of these, but I'll probably get this because it's a Lori Prindle horse and it's very pretty.
Oh yeah, you have your collections that you have to keep up with.
Yes, I do have my collections. You know, you heard about my Chuck Pinson collection, didn't you?
Did you get the one you missed?
No. No,
I didn't.
Mm-mm. Look at what Dreamer Designs has, though. Look at this is a Trisha Riley Matthews. Look at these little kids at the pet store.
Hold on, let me go to theirs.
They're at the pet store.
Oh, that's adorable.
Right?
That's very cute.
They're getting a pet. I love that one.
That's very cute. You know,
oh, this must be Andy Russell.
I was going to say, for some reason, I dig Andy Russell stuff.
It's
not Andy Russell?
No, I thought it looked like, look, I thought this one looks like Andy Russell, but it's not.
Definitely looks like Andy Russell.
It's Vanessa Locks.
Well, she copied Andy Russell then.
So at this point, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I do still want this one. Did you get this one from Dreamer?
Yes.
I want that.
I just put that video out.
Oh, did you? I want that. I didn't get it yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah. Love that one. It's got a lot of fun stuff in it too.
Does it?
Uh-huh.
Yes, Sherry. Calico Chicken is very cute.
Yes, the chicken's adorable. So, I mean, in my opinion, they haven't really like hit it out of the park for me at all. But
no, they got a lot of different stuff. I think they're trying to like hit everybody's aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get every mood.
But why so many witches and mermaids?
I don't know.
Why so many?
I don't know. Maybe it's the season of the mermaid.
I don't know.
I really, really feel like diamond painting. And so I think I might do that for the rest of the day now that we're talking about it.
Well, there you go. I am going to finish my bag for sure.
Well, I'm going to finish my bag too. I have to finish my bag very quickly because Lila wants to take it on her trip.
You'll never, ever see it again.
No, it'll end up at Dad's.
Yeah, it'll go to Dad's house and that'll be the end of that.
Yeah, yeah.
This is history in the making right here.
Yeah, so I really need to finish this bag. And then I really need to work on that baby blanket for the baby that is coming. But I really feel like diamond painting. Why is it I always feel like doing what I'm not supposed to do?
I don't know. Oh, let me show you something. We're talking about the 6-day star blanket.
Yes, yes.
I went stash diving.
Oh, good.
And I found this.
That's beautiful.
I only have one.
You could get more.
And I could get another one. So this is the Caron Cloud Cake.
Yes.
And it is soft.
It is soft. Yes. I love those.
Now, this blanket would be very purple and, orchid and whatnot and pink. But
I think it'd be very pretty, though.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to think of what I could do it in.
Do you know what I started working on?
What?
And I haven't worked on in forever is my little Granny Square Annie's kit. My Annie's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I made 3 squares.
Now, is that the one that I have the same one
I have small grannies, large grannies,
Yes, yes. I
and
am completely.
strips.
Let me tell you this: I'm completely done with it. Except I'm in the midst of putting it together.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that that is the most challenging part of the whole thing, trust me when I tell you that it's a challenge.
I'm sure.
Because they give you a little diagram,
yeah,
okay, of how they all go together.
And you have to figure out which square is which.
Yes. So here's my advice. As you go through the booklets, here's what I did. I went through and I completed, booklet by booklet. And I fastened all parts of that together. Like, so each booklet, each month or whatever, part 9, part 8, part 7, all of those pieces that go to that part are fastened together. So that when you get to the end, when you're assembling it, you know where to go to find that particular piece.
Well, mine are currently in a project bag, and they are all stacked on top of each other. So they're kind of together without being hooked together. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
They're not hooked, but they're all stacked by their week, their month.
By their month.
Yeah.
I'm having a really hard time with this yarn barf here.
You're having issues with yarn today.
I am.
You do.
So did you decide what your next project is going to be then? Because we're done with this as of today, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is done. This is history.
This is history. Put this one in the books.
Mine's going to be done tonight.
Mine will be done by Sunday, let's say.
No, have not decided at all. I mean, if we want to make a flower bookmark or two, we could probably whip out a couple flower bookmarks in 1 week.
Probably.
Because they're pretty simple.
Now, it wouldn't matter what kind of yarn you used for that, would it?
Not really.
I would say maybe a smaller yarn, like a DK.
Not really.
Or it doesn't matter. I have some really pretty colors of DK yarn. If I wanted to make a couple with you. Not, you know what I mean.
Crochet flower bookmark.
I wonder where my son is.
I don't know. Is he supposed to be there by now?
Yeah, an hour ago.
Oh, an hour?
Yeah, he gets home usually at 2:30.
Okay, so here's just a cute little example. Let me show you. Little flower, little daisy flower thing. He's texting. She's texting. I'll give her a minute.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, see? And it's got leaves on the flower and then a leaf at the end. Okay,
yes,
so now let's go look at this pattern. And I'll tell you what they use to make it with.
I have some DK yarn that would be perfect for that.
If you have some crochet experience, these can be made in about 40 minutes.
Perfect.
They're adorable, quick, free pattern, 3-ply, 100% cotton.
Well, mine is wool, but I don't think that really matters all that much.
This makes no sense. She used a 3-ply, 100% cotton, which is similar to a lace weight or fingering weight thread. What? That makes no sense.
3-ply? Yeah, it does 3-ply. So in either the rest of Europe or Britain, they use ply rather than like a 10-ply is a worsted weight.
So 3-ply is fingering weight?
Yeah. Yeah. I just went through this all because I was looking at a pattern that didn't tell me the weight, it told me the ply. So I had to go find the conversion.
I recently did that too. I have a picture of that someplace. Okay, so they're using a fine yarn. Or you could also use a number 3 light DK, light worsted, but keep in mind your bookmarks will be thicker and chunkier.
Right.
You can use whatever you want. It's gonna turn out however.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saving this one. Save. save to, where did I say I put them? I put them in with the keychains and, oh goodness, I can't find that board. Crochet keychains, which has keychains, and it had one bookmark in it. Okay, so there's that. That's one option. Let's see. This is interesting. This is like a whole row of flowers together. I don't want to do that.
Nah, I don't think, because I don't think your book would lay very.
I don't feel like sewing a bunch of flowers together. A bunch of these are all similar. Oh, this one uses, I love this cotton and puts a button in the center.
A button in the center for the like the middle of the flower. That's cute.
For the center of the flower. There's a sunflower bookmark.
A sunflower would be pretty.
Let's make sure it's actually a pattern, make sure it's actually a pattern. This has got pointy leaves and everything. Sometimes they're not patterns,
Oh, I see where Nate is. They went to GameStop to get a new game, but you have to be 18 to buy it. So they weren't able to get the new game. And they're going to Airborne to jump.
Airborne?
It's like a trampoline park. Yeah.
Is he just with a friend or something?
He's with a couple of friends, yeah.
Yeah, here's the I've got plenty of yarn to do sunflowers with. I've made sunflowers before.
Oh, I've got plenty of yarn to do sunflowers with too.
So the sunflowers.
I love the sunflowers.
I'll save this.
In fact, I've got yarn right here to do sunflowers. I just need a green.
There you go.
And I could even do a daisy if I wanted.
Yeah, you sure could. Okay, well, I've saved those couple. Daisy and the sunflower.
And the other one's kind of like a pansy or something, isn't it? That's what it looks like to me anyway. That first one we saw.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm going to see if anything else catches my eye here.
Jeff was so cute this year. Usually he doesn't go with me to buy annuals. Usually I go by myself. But he was very he had a lot of opinions about his favorite flowers that I never knew he had.
Wow.
It was very cute.
Dale just likes to grab stuff and throw it on the cart and tell me I'll have to figure out what to do with it.
Jeff was getting right into it. He's like, well, you've got a lot of tall ones. I think you need something, for fillers. Okay.
Yeah, you have to have a filler, a thriller, and a spiller.
Yes. Yep.
Well, that's if you're doing containers.
And that's what I'm doing.
Oh, now this is fun. It's not like 3-dimensional, though. It's a flat one, but it's a fuchsia.
Ooh, I love fuchsias.
Fuchsia.
Let me see. Oh, that's really cute.
You'd have to have like a purple and a pink.
And I do. Oh my gosh. Dogs.
I was going to say, what was that?
It was the dogs. They were laying here on my floor and they got up and scampered off. They must have.
It sounded like something spilling.
No, that was their little. They need their toenails clipped.
Mine just got back from the. Oh, see, this uses Patton's Grace cotton lightweight yarn.
Which, the fuchsia?
Yeah. Or cotton thread.
I have that too.
I don't want to.
Probably not in pretty colors though. I
don't want to make anything with cotton thread. I'm going to not do that one because I don't have no cotton thread, and I'm not going to go get cotton thread.
Mindy made one doily in her life and she'll never make another one.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I forced you to make one doily.
Yep, that is true.
I love doilies. They're so pretty.
It's so little, though.
I was just looking at one of my grandma's doily books the other day. Found something I wanted to make, but I was a good girl and I didn't start it.
Here is one other type of bookmark with a flower, and it is lavender.
Ooh, pretty.
Lavender ones are, there's the lavender.
Oh, that's pretty.
Have you ever made lavender, crocheted lavender?
No, I have not. Have you?
Yes.
Is it fun? It seems like it'd be fun.
Yes, it's very interesting. I've made a couple and I put them on stems, you know.
Yeah.
And I made a couple of sunflowers. Lavender is interesting to make. Okay, this one's a video, so I'm going to save it to my watch later. Remind me, the lavender is in
Watch later.
watch later video. People make tons and tons of lavender bookmarks. And sell them. Uh-oh. We lost Angie for a second. It went black.
Hello?
It went black on my screen.
Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Uh-oh, I've lost you.
See, you're there on my screen.
I've lost your audio, Mindy. Can anybody hear Mindy?
Am I here?
I
Hello?
can't hear Mindy anymore. Can anyone hear me? Hello?
I can hear Angie.
Oh, now you're back.
Oh, okay.
You cut out for a while.
Your screen went black for a minute.
Oh, well, it must have been my problem.
I don't know.
You
No, Jackie said she can hear both of us.
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe it was just us. We couldn't hear each other.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, have some flower colors next week. You could have purple. You could have pinks. We could make a lavender's fun to make. It really is.
It seems like it would be. Boy, this yarn barf that I had at the beginning of this is really causing a problem.
Yeah, you got a mess.
It's a huge mess. I can't believe I'm not to the end of the mess yet.
All right.
Usually I do much better than this. Do better, Angie. Do better.
Do better. Yeah, it's funny.
All right. Well, thank you for having me back.
Well, I love having you back.
Yeah, it was fun. Just like olden times.
That's right. Olden. Like 6 months ago.
Like way back in the good old days.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, I was having guests come on, and they may not be crocheting, but they would just come on to give me somebody to talk to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Sean came on several times. Sean would work on her, as I call them, her art journals, her art thingies. Brenda came on a few times, and we just have somebody to talk with,
Awesome.
Yeah. But if anybody's interested, next week we're going to work on making some flower bookmarks. So have a green. I'm going to probably pull out, I don't know. I have better colors of 4-weight yarn. But
see, you remember when we did that one blanket and I bought all those colors of 3-weight yarn?
Oh, yeah.
So I have every single color of 3-weight yarn. So that's what I'll use.
What blanket? Was that one we didn't like the yarn?
Yeah, it was that, what was it? Spring Meadow or
Yeah.
Spring something? Yeah, we hated it.
Yeah.
We didn't like the yarn. We just didn't
That's
like the yarn.
3-weight yarn? I still have that whole drawer full. Oh, good. Jennifer's going to do it. Good.
Yeah, we have the.
I have all those in a drawer downstairs.
Yep, I've got them all in a cube up there. I was actually gonna put them in my donate pile, But then I thought, if I ever need something where I need like multiple colors, I should hold on to it. And if I do a bookmark, I will need them.
You know what I have been doing? I've been trying to use up the rest of this yarn, these cakes that I took apart.
Oh, yes.
I've got all these little balls of things. So
Yeah.
one day I just decided I was going to make a book sleeve.
Oh, nice.
I made a book sleeve. I used up almost all of one of the larger balls on the main part of the sleeve. And then it's a flower on the front. I made a pocket on the front.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm trying to come up with some other projects to use up the rest of this yarn for. I hate having like little bits of things.
I do too, because I don't know. Answer me this, and does anybody else feel this way? I feel wasteful to throw away a half of a skein of yarn.
Oh, I won't throw away that much.
I won't either. What is the maximum amount left that you'll throw away?
I don't know. I have some little tiny balls.
I know, me too.
I have one of those like those canvas tote thingies, that you put on the shelves.
Yes.
I have one of those, and I've just been throwing small balls into.
See, and that's what I need. I need to dedicate something to just my small little leftovers.
Yeah. Because I mean, those are great for scrap projects or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have a little tiny bit left, I'll throw it away. But
right. Like, okay, I have this. I won't even throw this away because I'll use this for joining. But this is
that's enough to save.
Yeah, that's enough to save.
Mm-hmm.
But like this is not enough to save. I'll throw this away.
Is that the same color as the other one?
No, this is brown.
See, that one that you keep showing, it just shows up so brown on camera here.
And it's not, it's plum.
Jennifer, that sounds like a personal problem. That Jennifer has tiny balls.
She has tiny balls.
Mm-hmm. Personal problem.
That's what she said.
Right. Well, I can't believe I'm only on round 2 of the handle situation here, but it's a lot of single crocheting.
It's a lot. Yeah, you're going around a lot of stitches there.
After I already did 4 rounds around the top of the bag.
Well, I got 2 extra. Oh, I'm on the last round. I got 2 extra squares done while we've been talking. So that means I need 7 more.
7 more squares.
Yeah, but then I don't know what I'm going to do with the plain ones that I already made. I have a bin, one of those fabric totes that you were just talking about, full of granny squares.
Really?
That don't match anything. They're just granny squares.
Really?
Now, okay, but I do have a.
So what did you make just random granny squares for?
Well, because they were projects I was going to do, but then abandoned.
Okay, just wondering.
And I just kept like the square.
I mean, because I know a lot of people do that. They just make granny squares.
When I first started crocheting, this was the first thing I crocheted, were these granny squares right here. I used this is a bulky 5 yarn. I think it's like Bernat Softy Chunky or something like that. And I have probably enough of these. I've got them in this color, and then I've got them in this gray, which those 2 colors look good together. I think if I could find the yarn, I probably have enough to put together and make some sort of blanket.
Well, you got a bunch there already.
Yeah. But do you think it would look weird? Because now I don't have this yarn anymore. I mean, this was many, many moons ago that I did these. And I just can't bring myself to throw them away. But I don't have I don't have this yarn to join with. Do you think it'd look weird if I just picked out a totally different, like black maybe, if I just joined them with black?
No.
Even if I did maybe a stripe, or you know what, that's what I should do. I should do like a black stripe around,
a little border around each one,
and then it looked like it was supposed to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good idea. But I need to get it in. I don't have any 5 bulky yarn. I need to get to match the
right.
weight.
Can you get
so.
that? You can get that yarn?
I don't know if I can get this exactly, but I'm sure I can get a 5 bulky in black somewhere.
Yeah. Is that like a front post thing?
Yeah. They were
Yes.
like front post twist things. Yes.
Oh, Tammy's got an idea for you. Use white and it would be Washington State Cougar colors.
Oh, would it?
Yeah, I mean, you probably got enough there for at least a small lap blanket. Not a huge blanket.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, it just seems wasteful to do nothing with them.
Well, yeah, and you've got something there that's almost a finished project. Almost.
Exactly. It's so. I can't even count on both hands how many things I have that are almost finished projects, Mindy.
Well, you're going to show me in a couple weeks.
Yes. Yes. This one's not done.
I have a question for you.
For me?
Back to the Annie's blanket.
Yes.
I'm on like the 4th month or something.
Okay.
And we had to do, it's a split in half, Granny.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like,
yes.
So two of the squares were one color, and then you know what I mean?
Yes, I know
so
exactly what
diagonal, right?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Did yours come out the same size?
Yes.
As the others?
Yes.
Mine is way too big.
Really?
Yeah. It is much larger than my other granny squares, the small granny squares.
Interesting. No, mine came out perfectly the same.
So I think I did it last night while we were watching TV. I think I'm going to have to take it apart and maybe try it with
a smaller hook.
A 5 instead of a 5.5.
Yeah.
See if I can get it closer to the same size.
Yeah, I'm having such a... That is a project where, you know what I need to do with it? I need to bring it in here, lay it out on the table, and do my joining, because I'm having a bugger of a time.
Yeah.
Putting it together, it's so frustrating. I can only work on it for a short amount of time because I just get frustrated.
And there are so many beautiful blankets that are constructed that way.
I know.
Where there's a large square, small squares.
No.
There's so many beautiful. There's somebody doing a Crochet-A-Long right now, and they have just the most beautiful squares. They're, oh man. I can't get into anything like that, but they're just gorgeous. That was the thing about that kit when we got it.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
It's very pretty. And Madeline has already claimed it.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, Mom, when you're done with that, can I please have it? I'm like, yes. I guess.
Listen to you. You are easy.
I am easy. I'm a sucker.
You are easy.
I am a sucker.
There aren't very many of my blankets I'd be willing to give away. I've
got so much that I'm happy to give, and I'm happy to give almost anything away.
You're funny.
If somebody wants it more, I'm happy.
Well, there you go. All right. Guess that's it, folks.
Well, that's all, folks.
Yep. Finish up my bag here. I'm on round 3. How long can it take to do 3?
You probably got a couple hours.
And 5. No.
No?
I can do this. I can do this in. I feel like I can name that tune in how many notes. I can do this in an hour. I can do this in, I don't know. I'm partway through round 3, so I'm almost halfway, almost. And remember, I already did 4 rounds of single crochets before I started the handles. So I'm going to say I could do it in an hour.
All right. We'll have to get back with you next time and see how long it actually took.
Right. After I say goodbye, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll come back. I'll start my timer.
Start a timer. There you go.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Good
I'll let you know how long it took. This bag is huge, though. This is how big this thing is when it's done. It's giant. Look at the thing.
See, and I like them that big.
It is big. It's a big boy for sure.
Except now since I'm giving this to Lila, I'm not gonna line it. So now I got to weave in my ends.
Oh, wow.
Which
You
sucks.
probably don't really have to.
Probably not. She'd
Because
never know
you're
that.
giving it to her and you know what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to get drug around and it's going to get.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, as long as they're all inside, just pull them through to the back and.
Yep, you're probably right.
She probably wouldn't care that there's strings inside.
No, you're probably right. She'll never notice.
No. For the life of that bag, who knows how long it'll live. So.
Yeah, who knows how long it'll live. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right, bye,
We'll
everybody.
let you guys go. See you guys later.